What about the Terence Crawford fight?
I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering no questions, And if a fight happened, it happened. I wanted it to happen, but if not, yeah.
Jaron Ennis is done waiting. He's now officially calling out Terence Crawford to fight him at 154 pounds. The young star says it's time to prove who really rules the division, and he's ready to test Crawford's courage. Then Eddie Hearn stepped in and said something that shook the boxing world. Tell me one realistic fight you'd rather see Crawford in than this. That one line changed everything. It wasn't just talk, it was a challenge to the whole division. Hearn made it clear that Crawford versus Ennis isn't just a dream fight, it's the only fight that makes sense. His words made fans believe that this showdown could actually happen soon. Now, everyone's watching Crawford, because if he stays silent, that might say more than words ever could. But just when the hype started growing, Crawford's latest comments cooled things down, and they changed everything.
Would you consider going back down to 154 and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight?
No. I ain't going down 154.
Crawford's response instantly killed the buzz. The man everyone expected to take over at 154 made it clear he's not going after Ennis. That one statement completely flipped the story, leaving fans wondering, is this smart strategy or straight hesitation? Some believe Crawford is protecting his legacy, while others think he's avoiding the one young, hungry fighter who could truly test him. Either way, the drama just got deeper. Now, with Ennis calling him out louder than ever, the tension between the old guard and the new generation has never been higher. And to make things even more intense, Crawford's coach, Bomac, jumped in with his own take, adding even more fuel to the fire.
He got our leftovers. Why would Bud want to go backwards? Why would we want to go backwards? Bud looking for bigger and better fights. So where he can etch his name in the concrete forever. I don't know, because I really don't look at none of the welterweights since we did clear the division out.
Bomac didn't hold back while defending his fighter. His tone said everything. To him, Crawford has already conquered every mountain worth climbing, and going back down isn't part of the plan. But that comment only made things even more intense. Was it pure confidence, or a hint that Team Crawford doesn't want any part of the young lion waiting at 154? Fans took it both ways, and soon the boxing world exploded with debate. Because when a coach talks like that, it usually means something big is brewing behind the scenes. One thing's certain, this rivalry just got a whole lot deeper. And Eddie Hearn wasn't happy. Crawford's refusal didn't sit right with him, and his reaction said it all.
Well, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Boots is the best welterweight in the world. I mean, tell me a better welterweight than Boots Ennis. Impossible. There isn't one. So, he's the best welterweight in the world. I mean, we just finished a FaceTime with His Excellency, who asked me, will we make the Crawford fight?
You could hear the anger and disbelief in Eddie Hearn's voice. He called it ridiculous that Terence Crawford would turn down a fight with someone as young, talented, and hungry as Jaron Ennis. To Hearn, Boots isn't just another rising name. He's the best fighter in the world right now, the one who deserves the spotlight. His tone wasn't just frustration. It was a challenge, daring Crawford to prove otherwise. His message was clear: greatness doesn't avoid danger, it faces it head-on. That line reignited the fire, pushing the Crawford versus Ennis showdown right back into the heart of the boxing conversation. But Hearn didn't stop there. After his fiery comments, he broke down exactly why he thinks Crawford's decision makes no sense. He started by pointing out what many already suspect: most of Crawford's recent opponents weren't at their best. Hearn said, a lot of those guys Crawford fought, unfortunately for him, were past their prime. Even though I rate him as a generational talent, he's unbelievable. There was no hate in his words, just honesty. Hearn still praised Crawford as one of the greatest of his era, but his key point was simple: timing matters. Most of Crawford's big-name wins came against fighters who were already declining. Then he shifted focus, and that's when things got interesting. Hearn turned his attention straight toward Boots Ennis, saying, the difference is, Ennis isn't at the back end of his career. He's not coming off an eye surgery or a car crash like Spence. He's young, fast, fresh, and hungry. His tone sharpened with conviction. To Hearn, Ennis represents everything Crawford's recent opponents weren't. No excuses, no wear and tear, just pure skill and ambition. This wasn't just comparison, it was a direct challenge. Hearn was saying, if you're truly the best, this is the fight that proves it. And you could tell he meant it. Hearn genuinely believes Boots Ennis is the future, and that Crawford has been avoiding him for too long. Still, Hearn balanced his criticism with respect. It's not Crawford's fault. He would have fought them all, and probably beaten them all. Crawford is a generational great. That line softened the tension, but only for a moment. Beneath the praise was still the challenge. If you're that great, why say no to Ennis? Hearn's respect made his disbelief stronger. In his eyes, legends don't avoid challenges, they define them. Finally, he ended with a dose of business realism, hinting that the story isn't over. Crawford's earned the right to fight whoever he wants. He'll only come back for serious money. So we've got to do our part to make it worth it. Even in frustration, Hearn's focus was clear. He's determined to make this fight happen, no matter what it takes. To him, this isn't just another payday. It's a fight that defines eras. And just when the buzz around Hearn's comments started to fade, Jaron Boots Ennis himself stepped in, calm, confident, and brutally honest.
That's the fight that everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Do you respect him as like when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so.
I understand it, but don't lie or capture the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said you never heard nothing else back about it. So
right.
I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net, acting like this.
Ennis didn't hold back. He made it clear he's ready for Crawford anytime, at any weight. But in his eyes, it's Crawford who isn't ready for him. Still, Ennis spoke with respect, acknowledging Crawford's greatness while calling out the excuses that keep delaying the fight. His tone wasn't angry, it was calm, confident, and steady, like a man who knows his time is coming. When he said Crawford shouldn't act like he has other options, the mood shifted. Ennis wasn't begging for the fight, he was daring Crawford to take it. And with that final line, "Fine, go get your money," Boots sent a message that echoed across the boxing world. He's not chasing anymore, he's waiting at the top of the hill, ready for whoever climbs it. Then, another voice entered the conversation. Coach Breadman Edwards, stepping in with his own take on the entire Crawford situation.
Beat Canelo at 68, and then when he do it, people move the goalposts. So I don't even want to get into no Boots and Crawford talk. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got into Crawford and Floyd, and Crawford and Floyd is the same years apart as Boots and Wichicombe. Nobody ever tried to make them fight. So I don't want to get in that because I don't really know if it's possible for them to.
Breadman didn't jump into the hype. Instead, he slowed things down. His tone was calm but firm, reminding everyone that not every dream fight happens right away. He made a comparison that got people thinking. Sometimes in boxing, generations just don't line up. It's not always about fear or ducking. It's about timing and perspective. Breadman suggested that rushing this matchup could actually hurt what might one day be a legendary fight. His words carried weight, not because he shouted, but because he understands how boxing truly works. He went on to give a deeper insight into why Crawford versus Ennis might not happen just yet, explaining that sometimes the smartest move is patience, not pressure.
It would have been great if Floyd would have gave Crawford a shot, but he didn't, and nobody cared. It wasn't like it was a duck. It wasn't a duck. It was like they kind of different eras, even though they fighting at the same time. So I don't really know if it's possible because Boots will have to leave 54, and it's a bunch of work at 54. Crawford will have to come down from 68 and clear out 68, which ain't no guarantee. You know what I mean? It's like too much room. We got to see some more things happen.
He explained everything clearly, breaking it down with logic and experience. Breadman pointed out that Crawford and Ennis are simply at different points in their careers. Crawford is chasing greatness in higher divisions, while Ennis is still building his legacy at 154. His tone wasn't defensive, it was realistic. He reminded everyone that boxing runs on timing, not fantasy, and that there's still work for both fighters to do before this matchup truly makes sense. His perspective brought balance to the heated debate, a reminder that sometimes the best fights need time to mature. It wasn't a no, it was a not yet. And just when the conversation seemed evenly split between timing and legacy, Max Kellerman stepped in, and his take completely changed the energy.
So let me tell you something wild right now. I think Crawford should fight him right now if he's ever going to fight him. If he wants to, if Crawford has it in his mind to fight Boots, you might as well do it now. What did Floyd Mayweather do with Canelo Alvarez? Now Canelo was already an enormous draw, and that's the difference. But he didn't wait till he got super old, and Canelo entered his prime. He got him.
Kellerman didn't talk about waiting or avoiding. He talked about now. With his usual sharp insight, he made it clear that this is the perfect time for Crawford and Ennis to face each other. He argued that both fighters are at the peak of their abilities, and a clash between them would be the kind of fight that defines an era. Kellerman spoke with conviction, like someone who's seen too many great matchups in boxing history slip away because of bad timing. His take reignited excitement among fans, making it feel like the stars might finally be aligning for this showdown. It wasn't just analysis, it was a call to action. Then came former world champion Shawn Porter, a man who's been in the ring with Crawford, and his words carried a different kind of weight, the weight of experience.
I truly don't know, because Terence is just...
Somebody getting stopped.
I don't know. That this fight right here, if this fight were to happen this year, it will go down in history as one of the classic fights that go with the Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns, that go with the Ray Leonard and
Porter spoke with genuine admiration, imagining what a showdown between Crawford and Ennis could mean for the sport of boxing. His tone wasn't about predictions, it was about legacy. You could hear the respect in his voice as he compared the potential fight to the legendary clashes of past eras. To Porter, this wouldn't just be another headline event, it would be a historic moment, the kind of fight that fans would still talk about decades from now. His words gave the matchup a feeling of destiny, as if it was meant to happen, a battle worthy of being mentioned among the sport's greatest rivalries. It was admiration mixed with excitement, the kind only a fighter who stood on that stage can truly express. And as Porter went on, his tone shifted, from respect to something deeper, a real understanding of what makes both men so dangerous.
It's such a special fight because you got two alpha males in the ring that are true alpha males. You know what I mean? I was an alpha male until I got in the ring with that dude.
It just
that dude, like, it was like the more he wasn't allowing me to do what he wasn't, and it was like, damn, okay, well then.
He described the potential showdown not just as a fight between two boxers, but as a collision between two alpha males, each refusing to give an inch. Porter's insight hit differently because he's lived that battle. He's been in the ring with Crawford, felt his timing, his pressure, his presence. His words painted a vivid picture of a mental and physical war, where neither man would back down. It wasn't about who lands more punches, it was about pride, control, and dominance. You could feel that Porter understood exactly how high the stakes would be. He described the kind of raw intensity that turns a simple matchup into a moment, and a moment into boxing history. And just when fans thought the analysis couldn't get deeper, Shawn Zittel stepped in, offering a take that combined sports insight with pure boxing IQ. His creative comparison instantly grabbed everyone's attention.
I'd compare it to this. Jaron Ennis, Terence Crawford. Jaron Ennis is Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter. Terence Crawford's Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
There you go.
Perfect. A+,
And if you just look at the highlight reels, you might actually think Vince Carter is better. You might think Vince Carter is even better. Or Tracy.
Zittel broke down the Crawford versus Ennis debate in a way no one expected, using basketball legends to make his point. His analogy captured the generational gap perfectly. The young, explosive energy of Ennis versus the refined, seasoned greatness of Crawford. It wasn't just clever, it was spot on. His words painted how fans currently see both fighters, Ennis as the flash and flare of a rising star, and Crawford as the polished, methodical master still holding the throne. Zittel's tone was playful but insightful, reminding everyone that greatness isn't about highlights, It's about legacy, control, and longevity. His take left fans wondering if we're witnessing history repeat itself, just with boxing gloves instead of sneakers. Then came Tim Bradley, never one to hold back, and he delivered a strong warning to those getting swept up in the Ennis hype.
You kidding me right now? Come on, Sean. I respect Ennis. Listen, I respect Ennis. I love his pop. His pops is cool. His whole crew is tight. You know what I mean? Like, but who the hell is Spence as Boots Paul? It's a different type. Like, you can be riding that wave. You've been getting all these knockouts of all these other different guys, but you've never been in the ring with an animal like Crawford. And when you get in there for the first time and you get hit upside your head and you see that you can't do the stuff that you usually do against the guys that you fought, you know, at the lower level, bro.
Bradley's tone cut through like a wake-up call to fans. He respected Ennis's skill and potential, but warned that Crawford is a whole different kind of animal. Stepping into the ring with Bud, he said, isn't like fighting anyone Ennis has faced before. It's stepping into a level of danger few can handle. His words carried the weight of experience, the voice of someone who's been in there with elite fighters and knows the difference between hype and reality. Bradley wasn't putting Ennis down. He was reminding everyone that flashy highlights don't always equal ring dominance. His message was clear: the ring reveals the truth. And as he kept talking, his tone softened from fiery to thoughtful, like a veteran warning a young star not to rush his moment. He wasn't doubting Ennis. He just didn't want to see that raw potential wasted too soon.
I would hate for him to get in this type of fight with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I would hate for him to get in this fight and look average. Look average. Because if you go back and you watch a lot of, and he's a spectacular fighter. Boots is a spectacular fighter. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Boots. I think he's next. But he needs to be tested. He needs to be tested with a legit.
He spoke with real concern for Ennis's career, saying he doesn't want the young fighter to rush into a fight that might make him look average too soon. Bradley's words showed both respect and experience. He likes Boots, but he also understands that timing matters. To him, Ennis is special. He just needs one big test before facing someone like Crawford. It wasn't criticism. It was honest advice from someone who knows how quickly hype can disappear in boxing. His message was clear: having talent is one thing, but proving it against the best is a whole different story. In the end, one thing stands out. Jaron Boots Ennis versus Terence Bud Crawford isn't just another fight rumor. It's a battle between generations. Youth versus legacy, the future versus the present. Every opinion, from Eddie Hearn's frustration to Crawford's silence, from Porter's respect to Bradley's caution, adds more heat to this growing rivalry. The boxing world is waiting, holding its breath, for the moment these two finally meet in the ring. So what do you think? Is Crawford protecting his legacy or just being smart with timing? Is Ennis ready for one of the best ever? Will this fight live up to the hype, or change boxing forever? Tell us what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more boxing news, reactions, and breakdowns.